Okay. Now, let's look at Krishna, which is one of the incarnations of Vishnu. So these two could be connected, but they don't have to be. They don't have to be. Let's see. Let's read Krishna. Find the blessings in your current situation. So Krishna is the 8th incarnation of Vishnu, which is one of the 3 Hindu gods who oversees and protects Earth and her inhabitants. He is a messenger of joy, happiness, romantic love, and spiritual teachings, such as the Bhagavad Gita, which is a text of Krishna's dialogues. Krishna brings blessings to whoever calls upon him. Every situation offers opportunities to grow and learn. When we curse a situation, we block its energy flow and things fester and grow worse. In contrast, as you recognize the blessings within your current situation, supportive and healing energy flows towards you. This card comes to you because there's an unrecognized blessing within your current situation. It could be something that you've learned or gained. For example, recognize the blessing to accelerate the healing and manifestation that's trying to come to you. Additional meanings. Instead of worrying, pray and use positive affirmations. Know that everything is in divine and perfect order. This situation is resolving itself perfectly. You heal through the power of gratitude. Okay. Let's see. Additional information for Krishna. Additional information for Krishna. The Knight of Cups. Additional information for Krishna. Knight of Pentacles. And the Magician. 7. Ooh. Okay, see, similar energy. This could definitely be connected to Vishnu, but doesn't have to be, because he is the 8th incarnation of Vishnu. But maybe you're connected to Vishnu through a different incarnation, so it doesn't have to be Krishna. But this is definitely trying to bring you opportunities, but healing is very connected. And yet, this healing coming through is different than the one that came over here. So it doesn't have to be the same energy. The Knight of Cups, I feel like this is more... Krishna might be trying to restore someone's ability to dream. Especially because if you're trying to manifest, if you're trying to bring something into your reality, you need to believe, right? You need to be like, there's a difference between wearing rose-colored glasses where they're not needed, where they should not be used, and then there's places where they can be used. So when you're trying to manifest, that's the place to put on the rose-colored glasses, because you're trying to see the positivity, you're trying to see gratitude, you're trying to see blessings. But for others of you, you wear them in the wrong places. Like you'll wear the rose-colored glasses in romantic situations that are very toxic, and that's not the place to use them. So Knight of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles both bring the energy of investment. Both bring the energy of being methodical, slow, grinding something out that will lead to long-term benefits. Doing something every day that will change something for you for the better. Hold on. I don't feel the need to look at the picture again. Maybe you need to go out in nature, especially to places that have bodies of water, like lakes, ponds. Let's see. How is the collective connected to Krishna? Greco-Roman. Oh, angels. Interesting. Wisdom. That's a unicorn. Vows. Food and hunger. Medicine man or woman. So basically you were someone who served him in a different life. That's what I'm getting with this. You were someone who used to possibly be one of Krishna's high priestesses or priests. I would say the Greco-Roman era, that's possibly when, let's see, give me a second. Okay, so there's a whole timeline here, but I'm looking at when there was like a strong rise of the Greco-Roman energy or era, empire. So we're looking at the Hellenistic period, which was like 323 BC all the way to like 30 BC, and then the rise of the Roman Empire, which would be 27 BCE all the way up to 476 CE. So between that era, obviously India was already a very powerful nation, a very powerful country. That was around the time that you served Krishna in India. I'm not sure why angels is here unless I think you had like a lot. I mean, obviously, if you were a priest of Krishna, you had like a lot of supernatural events happen to you. A lot of like with the unicorn energy here, things would happen to you that would not happen to other people. Like maybe again, you might have had, I don't know. I'm just getting supernatural. The word supernatural keeps coming through. But it was because you believed. It was because you had such strong belief in Krishna. And he's trying to nurture that belief again now, because now I feel like you're not a strong believer. And it's fucking with your manifestations, it's fucking with your personal development. And so he's trying to get you to be in a more positive mind state. He's trying to remind you who you used to be and how strong your faith was and how so many supernatural events happened for you because you didn't have the current reality that everyone else had. You had a reality that connected you to Krishna. Let's see. So we have a ribbon. Look, another unicorn. Damn. Starfish. Pegasus. Wow. Okay. So you might have seen an actual unicorn. You might have seen an actual Pegasus. They've got the American flag. Oh, you know what? Look, I'm a little, like, I love history, but timelines, I get a little mixed up. The fact that the American flag is here, and I've literally talked about how the United States, the Anglo-Saxon Empire, which is the United States, Britain, they rose after the fall of the Roman Empire, right? So it could have been that you might have been somebody who came from like the Greco-Roman, or maybe you were trying to escape their imperialism, you were trying to escape their colonialism, and you ended up in India. Look, angels again. Okay. Maybe you thought he was an angel. With the number 3. Another star. This is like a alligator or crocodile. A cat, a bird with a letter, which is a message, basically. A flower, bells, another crown, 2 crowns. So I don't know who I'm giving confirmation to, but some of these symbols will be things that you recognize. Some of these things will be relevant to maybe messages you've gotten I just think that he is definitely sending you messages in different ways, possibly through things that that may be now. Right now, you may see him as an angel. And so you think that there's an angel guiding you, and there is, but it's Krishna. He's just one of the incarnations of Vishnu. Food and hunger. You may be struggling as well right now, financially. And he's trying to remind you, the reason he's trying to remind you of your lineage, it's more about, he's trying to remind you how well you used to prosper before. When you had faith in him, you had faith in yourself. If you're somebody who, I don't see the cross, so I don't see Christian beliefs exactly, but maybe you interpret his knowledge, you interpret it through Greco-Roman deities as well. And there's a similar concept, as in, I believe that Vishnu is actually somebody powerful like Jupiter, like Saturn, like, you'd have to look more. I don't really know. Like I said, I only know their beliefs briefly, very, very superficially. I would have to do more research in the Hindu religion for me to be able to tell you exactly what my beliefs connect to them are. But I believe that they've got the right idea about, one major incarnation, one major deity, and when they come to earth, they incarnate into different versions of themselves. So that I do believe. And you may be paying attention to the Greco-Roman part of them instead of the Krishna part. If you go research Krishna and start looking more into his path and how he developed the beliefs that came with him, you may start realizing that that's, again, you'll be drawn to it. That'll be something you're drawn to. And maybe you feel, especially if you're somebody who comes from Greco-Roman background, you may believe that you don't have a right to delve into Hindu religion. But you can't really control who your guides are. And maybe that same resistance is creating blockages in you being able to receive messages. Because there's a lot of, he's definitely trying to help someone manifest, but it's like things need to change. Your daily investment and time allotment needs to change. He's trying to get you to restructure something. He's trying to get you to reorganize something, but it has to do, you need to first step into a more positive energy, step into a more belief-oriented energy. Okay. Now let's look at Apollo. Focus upon your strengths. Okay, so I know most of you know who Apollo is, but just in case, Apollo is the Greek sun god who's the son of Zeus and twin brother of the goddess Artemis. Apollo is a powerful deity who can bring out the sunshine in your life literally and figuratively. Renowned for his physical strength, Apollo can also act as a personal trainer to motivate your exercise program. He can also help you gain emotional and intellectual strength. This card reminds you to focus upon your strengths and not upon any perceived weaknesses. Your strengths could include your loving heart, pure intentions, people skills, hobbies, or something that you excel in. Even if your talents still need polishing, these are strengths and assets. The more you bless and appreciate your strengths, the stronger they'll grow. If you focus upon so-called weaknesses, they will grow. This card comes to you as a reminder of the importance of viewing yourself with compassion and love. Anytime you find yourself thinking or feeling poorly about yourself, focus upon your strengths instead. Additional meanings. Use daily positive affirmations to lift your energy and faith. Speak of yourself in positive terms. Begin an exercise program to build and tone your muscles. This is a message of love or healing about a brother or brother figure. Okay, okay. So I think this is very relevant to those of you who have possibly been getting a push to work out, to especially if you keep being drawn to lifting weights, toning your muscles, things of that nature. If you've been drawn to using positive affirmations, I think that is very relevant as well. Clarify Apollo. 9 of Pentacles. Oh, okay. Clarify Apollo. Ooh, High Priestess. Clarify Apollo. The Sun reversed. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Okay. Justice. Ooh, the Hanged Man. Okay, bitch. Okay, so let's look at this energy as Apollo is somebody who, he's the deity that created the oracle. Well, like the Oracle of Delphi, for example, gift of prophecy was something that came from Apollo. So the Oracle of Delphi was in Apollo's temple, I believe, giving the gift of prophecy. It came through his guidance. So with the Sun reversed, some of you are possibly dimming your energy a lot. And it's interesting because Apollo, is Apollo connected to justice? Let's see. Okay, I had to go look that up. While he is not primarily the god of justice, he is associated with truth, law, and the establishment of order, which are concepts closely related to justice, and his oracles were often consulted before setting laws in a city. He's also known as the god of music, dance, poetry, prophecy, healing, medicine, archery, light, and the sun. Okay. So yeah, he was the I told you the oracles did come from him. So I think that's fascinating. Let's see. Now, one other thing, this is for people who could have the gift of prophecy, like you're an oracle, but it could also be High Priestess could represent the fact that you might have been a High Priestess of Apollo. But I love that the 9 of Pentacles showing up because it indicates that he's trying to, whoever this is for, he's trying to help you live a more prosperous life, a more luxurious life. Let's see, how is the collective connected to Apollo? Look, what I tell you. Ooh, monk or nun, Native American. Ooh. Okay. Trust and faith. So you were definitely one of the oracles of Apollo in a previous lifetime. One of his high priestesses, one of his high priests. Native American, I think to me represents the fact that